friends, welcome back. I'm Ashley Morris, the owner and lead tutor at amtutors.com, where we specialize in virtual tutoring for middle school and high school math students. And in today's video, we're going to talk about writing a repeating decimal as a fraction. If you're looking for any other type of fraction to decimal problem, this is not the video for you. Go see my one on converting between fractions and decimals. That covers everything except repeating decimals. So this is going to talk about repeating decimals. And we're going to have to set up some equations to solve. So the first equation is just x equals whatever my original decimal is. So this time it's 0.4 repeating. That bar is just over the 4, so we're going to write out a couple of 4s. And then it technically keeps going on and on, but we just need a couple of them. Once we get here, we got to make another one. We need to get one set of whatever repeats in front of the decimal. And you do that by multiplying by 10, 100, 1,000, those kind of numbers. So in this case, just the 4 repeats. So we need it to be 4.44444, and then it keeps going. So to go from 0.4 to 4 point, we had to move the decimal one place. That's multiplying by 10. So if I did it to the 0.444, that means I also have to do it to the x. Got to do it on both sides to keep your equation equal. Then we can subtract. So all these 4s that are after the decimal, they're going to cancel. 4 minus 4 is 0 every single time. 4 minus 0 is 4. 10x minus 1, there's an invisible there, and 1x gives me 9x. And then divide both sides by 9. And you're going to get 4/9 for your final answer. And you do that same process every time. You just need to make sure you get whatever repeats, that whole set, in front of the decimal. So for this one, x is going to be 0.353535. And the 3 and the 5 repeated because the bar was over both of them. So I need a 3 and a 5 in front of my decimal. If you don't do it this way, then the 3 and the 5 will not line up over itself. It'll be like a 3 on top and a 5 on the bottom. That means you didn't do enough because you got to get it to cancel out. So if I move the decimal place twice, that means I multiplied by 100. So we got to multiply the other side by 100, the x as well. Now we're going to subtract both sides. And that's going to give me 99x equals 35. Divide by 99. Well, that doesn't really look all that different, does it? And does 99 divide by 7? It does not. So then there's our answer. Reduce if you can. I don't think many of these will, but it's always a shot. Worth a shot. Okay, so for this one, the 7 repeats. So we're going to have to get a little sneaky on this one. Because what ends up happening is you get 0.27777. So remember how I said you need to get one set of repeating in the front? For that one, this is no big deal. We move the decimal place over twice to get 1 7 in front. We're going to get 27.7777. And we multiplied by 100, so we're going to call that 100x. Okay, that's no big deal. Now with this one, if we just multiply by 10, we'll have the 2 in front. And we need that because we need the 7s to all line up and go away. So if I just did x, I'd have 0.2777. And see how this right here, they don't cancel? That's a problem. I mean, you can do it that way, but it takes like way more effort. We want all this to be 7s. So what I'm going to do is multiply by 10 to get that 2 in front. If I multiply by 10, it moves the decimal place over once, so that 2's out front. So now when I subtract, I get 90x, and over here all the 7s cancel, and then I get 27, 26, 25. Divide both sides by 90. Oh, this one's going to reduce. Divide the top and the bottom both by 5, and you get 5 over 90 divided by 5 is 1. 5 minus 4 left over. Bring down a 0. 18. 5 over 18. There's our final answer. So when you're doing these, you need whatever's after the decimal to be the stuff that repeats, and you need them to line up. So pause right here and you try this next one before I scroll so you can see what I did for number 3. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to kind of ignore the 4 for a minute, and I'll put the 4 back in my final answer. For this one, the 6, 7 repeats. Since both of them repeat, I can just use that as X. I don't have to play with it or anything. And then we're going to do 10X would put just the 6 in front. 100X will put the 6 and the 7 in front. And then my 6s and my 7s all line up. So I can subtract. That'll give me 99X, because remember there's an invisible 1 right there. All of this cancels. It all lined up perfectly. There's my decimal, so we're good. 67. And then we're going to divide by 99. And I get X equals 67 over 99. And then remember there's that 4 out front. We can't forget it. They will be very sad if you forget them. So we're going to put the whole number back out front of our fraction. So that is how you go from a repeating decimal to a fraction. Just be very careful to make sure the numbers line up. That's the tricky part for this one, I think. So I hope that helped. Please make sure you like and subscribe and follow so that you get reminders whenever we put out a new video. I hope you had a great day. Bye.